Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the latest buzz about the Las Vegas Raiders. Although the team had the day off today, they had a late-night practice session yesterday that has everyone talking, especially about the quarterback situation. We heard from an insider on Saturday who had some harsh words about the quarterback competition. He compared the performance to a Krispy Kreme donut on his desk, saying the donut might have done a better job than any of the quarterbacks on the field that night. Honestly, this seems a bit over the top to me. I didn't cover this last night because I'm on the East Coast and the practice was just too late for me. But this topic is all over Twitter, and I find it baffling. Many people seem to forget that the Raiders quarterbacks are up against some serious talent on the defensive side. You've got Max Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Christian Wilkins, and the rest of the linebackers and defensive backs. These guys might not all be household names, except for Max Crosby and perhaps Christian Wilkins. But if you're a football fan, especially if you follow the Dolphins, you know Wilkins is no joke. Some people claim the Raiders overpaid for Wilkins, but I disagree. He's a great representation of what the Raiders defense stands for. In my opinion, it's a good thing that the defense isn't filled with big names, because it means they're under the radar, yet effective. Max Crosby might be the standout star, but the rest of the defense deserves some recognition too. Despite everything, the Raiders still boast one of the best defenses in the NFL, so it's understandable if quarterbacks struggle to adjust to a new system. Before we dive deeper into today's video, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and subscribe for daily NFL updates. Raiders fans, let's aim for 100 likes on this video. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's address the headline. I read an article on RaidersBeat.com titled Insider on the Raiders Quarterback Competition. Very disappointing. We have Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew competing, but according to reports from training camp, neither has clearly stood out or taken a definitive step forward or backward until possibly last night. In Raiders Nation, it's common knowledge that Gardner Minshew had a better day than O'Connell, but we'll get into that soon. According to an insider from Sports Illustrated, Hondo Carpenter, things aren't looking great. He said, they both equally embraced the suck. It was very disappointing. I'm telling you, a Krispy Kreme donut sitting on my desk would have had a better chance than the offense did against the defense. It was pitiful. So, according to those present at practice, including writers, Gardner Minshew had a better day than Aidan O'Connell. We have some stats here, though they aren't impressive. Specifically for O'Connell, we keep hearing about interceptions. It seems he had 2 picks on the day. Meanwhile, Minshew threw a couple of touchdowns and 1 interception. According to Vic Tafur, Minshew finished with 2 touchdowns, 1 to Bryant and 1 to Turner, and 1 interception while O'Connell had 2 interceptions. It's not surprising to me that Aidan O'Connell had a tough practice or that he's had challenges this summer or spring. What I'm looking for in the Raiders quarterback competition is growth. Gardner Minshew, at this point in his NFL career, should be better than O'Connell. Minshew has started 10 games and is almost 30 years old, while O'Connell was a 4th-round rookie who walked onto the Purdue football team. It's understandable that Minshew is more polished, but there's a quote from Davante Adams that really puts things into perspective. Honestly, I'm not worried at all. First, I wish the Raiders had both a solid defense and offense at the same time. It often feels like one is ahead of the other. During the Derek Carr era, the offense usually outpaced the defense. Now it feels like the defense is stronger. Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco have built a defense that's probably in the top 10, maybe even top 5. It's a young group, and players like Tyree Wilson have been shining in training camp. We've heard reports of his great practice last night. It would be nice to see both sides of the ball clicking consistently. I understand the Raiders' quarterback situation. Whether O'Connell or Minshew wins the job, they still have to face guys like Patrick Mahomes in the division. It's unrealistic to expect a second-year quarterback or a bridge quarterback to lead a team predicted to win 12 or 13 games. I'm not getting ahead of myself. The Raiders' roster isn't far behind Kansas City's, but it all comes down to quarterback performance. I found it interesting when Davante Adams compared O'Connell to Aaron Rodgers. Remember, Adams is still one of the best receivers in the NFL, although Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are younger and healthier. Adams said he's getting comfortable with both O'Connell and Minshew. According to ESPN's Paul Gutierrez, Adams mentioned that the open communication and reps with both quarterbacks remind him of his time with Rodgers. Adams explained that it's not just about practice reps, but also about the communication, film study, and time spent understanding each other's styles. He's not making any definite statements about the quarterback situation until at least halfway through the season, or around Thanksgiving. O'Connell might have bad practices or scrimmages, but I believe when he steps onto the field during the preseason, he'll prove himself. I think he's a gamer who will do what it takes to get the job done. If he loses the job to Minshew, we'll talk about it then. For now, I'm holding off on judging O'Connell until he plays in an actual game. Let me know what you think and who you believe will be the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 1. I hope you enjoyed this video and had a great weekend. See you tomorrow at practice. Peace.